we convert another 10 people, I've got the capital I need to kind of grow out the team. But hiring people to be like your own team member to me seems like one thing, and having an outside consultant team do it seems like another. And they both come with their own kind of benefits. But I'm kind of like stuck in figuring out how to even do that, because it's like I can do the YouTube videos and do all the stuff that we've been talking about, and it helps, but I'm still essentially a team of like one, and an EA, so 2 people. And I'm just trying to get to that. If I get 10 more people rather than in a year, in the next, like, say 30 or 60 days, now I can start to have flexibility to grow out.
Yeah, I think there's a couple things. So like one thing is like you should, if you need to just like close 10 to 15 people, let's say, and like just like get cash flow in and get scaling up, right? It's like booking sales calls yourself and closing up those people. Like is step one, right? To get a proven sales script, get the pitch right, get the objection handling right, and get that all good to go, right? That's like number one, right? If you're already past that stage, let's say stage 2 is bringing on a closer or 2 generally. 2 generally makes more sense because then you have them competing against one another, and you have them handling that stuff, and you're just now focused heavily on marketing and filling up their calendar. A closer gets paid 10% commissions on what they close, $0 base in this sort of space that many of you are in, which let's just call it high ticket. I'm not saying all of you are in that, but many of you are, right? And so if you have something that's being priced at say 2-3K or higher, and you have enough demand for it being produced from your marketing, you could, give someone their 10%, say it was a $5,000 product, it's $500 per thing they sell. They sell 20 of those a month as an example, they make 10K, right? That's great pay for many people, right? So that's like that's an example of stage 2, right? You've got a proven script, you've got a proven thing, you've got the marketing capacity now to start getting some help on board, bring them on. That's the comp model. Get them ripping off your script, coach them, call review them, make sure that they're doing it and executing right, make sure their close rate is solid, coach them over time. And like now you've got a machine selling without you having to be on the calls, right? When I think about then like stage 3 sort of is like, as you keep building your company, whether it's setters or like, what Jeremy just brought up, like the community manager type thing or whatever, it's like, how do you make it where, especially early on, when you win, they win, right? Trying to create this trifecta of like, I want my customers to win, I want to win, and I want you to win. And if we can all just win like that, like it's a win-win-win, then we're all like, we're awesome. Yeah, I don't want to structure agreements where it's like, oh, my base is $20,000. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't know what planet you're on, but I can't make a deal work in that range because it just, you're going to win. I don't know if my customers are going to win. I guess it's a Hail Mary. And I don't know how I'm going to win under that. You're going to have to be some freaking globetrotter. I don't know, like something insane, right? So, you're trying to structure things like that. And that's where I think, Tom, just like more specific to you, and this goes for everyone, right? You need to be clear on your shit. Okay, now why am I saying that? Who is going to go and bet on you as a higher commission role if you don't have your shit together? Nobody. They definitely shouldn't. So there has to be a level of like as an example, when you're doing these kind of agreements with folks, right? Where it's like, it's a higher commission role and they're, they don't have much base or any. Like it's on you then as the founder, like you got to be clear, you got to be confident, you got to be systemized, you got to be proven, you got to give that person a great onboarding. Because if you give someone no livelihood and a base and security that way, and then they come onto a mess, they're going to quit in 10 days. So you only get that benefit when you earn it. Like it's on you. It's your responsibility as the owner to earn the ability to compensate people like that. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah. And one of the things that comes up too, because that actually helps me tremendously, because like sometimes, unfortunately being a doctor, you get into this situation where you're, where you have to overthink things, you're taught to overthink things. So I guess the one piece that I see when you highlighted all those steps was, I feel like right now it's like, there's a bit of marketing, like to open the open the spigot a little bit, where I could use a little more traffic. And focusing on the organic has been helpful, but it's just a matter of, that's kind of the other step. That's kind of like, instead of getting, several inquiries, like I kind of need to maybe double or triple the amount of traffic we're getting, to kind of, get this other part rolling a little more quickly. So that's kind of like, I don't know if are you just kind of chugging away like the way we were taught, like in throughout the system, or they're.
So I'll explain some other ways of thinking about this too. Okay. So the default sometimes can be like more traffic. Now, it's not a bad default, like, because yes, traffic does solve a lot of things, right? Mm-hmm. Something else to look at too. Okay. This is useful for everyone. It's like, I talk often, right, about most people think you just have one offer, okay, which is like the main product offer you have. I think it's helpful to think of it like you have maybe 5 offers, right? You have an offer, say, on your Instagram bio to get someone to follow you. You have an offer in your caption on Instagram for someone to go and maybe DM you. You have an offer when someone DMs you to again get them on a call. You have an offer on the call to then get someone to convert. You maybe have an offer when they convert to get them to convert their friend, right? The point is there's a series of offers, like an offer stack, to get someone to do what you want. So for your example, right, one of your things also to consider is like, is it really enticing right now for someone to want to book a call with you guys? As an example, when I oftentimes audit people's stuff, it's like the call is just like, book a call with my team. It's like, okay, like decent, not bad, not super stoked. Can you make that an irresistible offer? Like sell it. Oh, book a call with me and get a free audit of XYZ. Book a call and we'll evaluate your XYZ. Like it feels like, oh shit, like that's free. And now you get people coming in because they're like, wow, like I get this free hour call. So don't brand it as a sales call or just a whatever, like brand it as something. It's like a free offer you're giving people. And then now what you do is you get a higher conversion rate from the existing traffic you already have.
Yeah.
The reason I'm bringing this up is because it requires almost no more work. It's just literally editing the call languaging, right? So you maybe move from like, book a call with me to get a free evaluation for me and learn X, Y, Z, and I'll help direct you to, ABC. You get what I'm saying, right?
Absolutely.
So that's an easy thing to look at because it's a quick little fix. And if you can bump your conversion rate from 1% to 3%, you got 3x more calls from just some simple copy adjustment.
That's exactly what I was asking, brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. And that goes with everything, right, guys? Like the crazy thing too is when you do these things across an offer stack, when you do like say a 3% improvement, 3% improvement, 3%, the growth there is exponential, right? Because it compounds on each other, right? So you actually get outsized results when you make these little improvements. So it's worthwhile looking at your funnel, say the 5 steps that people go from awareness through to transaction with you, and just triple checking that to make sure it feels as dialed as possible. Candidly, I check pieces of my funnel probably once a week because it's like, it's an ongoing thing. It's like a journey that never ends. It's kind of like getting fit or getting smarter, right? You just always are working on these things, and your funnel is no different, right? It can always get better. You can always nerd out more on it. So just some things to consider.